Okay, so here I'm going to demonstrate where my application is at in the second iteration. So this is week 3. So once again, I made the app called Fair, and yeah. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm just gonna run on Android Studio in order to install the uh, APK on my device. I ended up removing the app so we can just go through uh, the app flow from the beginning as well. Um, so in this iteration, just to kind of start to preface a little bit, I uh, I was targeting on kind of focusing on cleaning up the UI a little bit with aligning the view objects. I know the previous iteration, everything kind of wasn't well aligned. As you can see here, um, things are a lot more, cleaned up. Um, and I also focused on adding a maps activity in this iteration, which I'll show you in a little bit. So just reiterating that the user account stuff uh, is all squared away. I'm just going to go into my Firebase account just to go ahead and uh, remove a test account that I want to use. So now I'm going to, sign up as a new user. So here we have the sign up page. So if I want to set up an account, let's say called test user, and their email is user@test.com, and let's say the password is test user. At this point, when you click next, you'll once again go to the link rideshare account activity. Now, in this iteration, I wasn't able to quite get the Lyft authentication piece, but I'll talk a little bit more about that afterwards. So once again, I will link my Uber account, which will go through the single sign-on process. And here we click allow. And so as I mentioned before, when I click this button, it'll just link me, it'll do a deep link to the Lyft app on my device, which I can just show you so you can see what's going on with that. So when you click on that button, you go to the Lyft account, then now it's going to ask me, to basically go through the process of booking a ride through Lyft, which isn't what I want to do quite yet. I want to be able to provide Lyft a little bit more information, so all the user would have to do is just place the order there. So what I'm going to do is just go back to my app. And so now when you click the finish button, um, so here with the maps activity, so what I wanted to do is I wanted to be able to have, for the user to be able to have the ability to, search for their destination address to get their ride estimates. And so um, first off, with the maps activity, what will happen is that, since I request for the user's current location, it's going to ask, the user to be able to allow location services on their device. So when I click allow, what's going to happen is it's going to take a little bit, but the map is actually going to focus on my current location. And it's going to drop a marker here, as you can see. So up top, I ended up using Google's autocomplete fragment, where once I click here, I can actually search for a location. So let's say if I wanted to go to 880 Commonwealth Avenue, say if I wanted to go there to BU. Oh, I ran into a little bit of a crash here. Sorry about that. Let me go ahead and try another address. Let's say if I wanted to go over here, and so I'm just typing in example address. So what happens here is that, so basically, as you saw, the camera kind of pans out, and you get a view of my, current location and destination here on the map. And right now, it's drawing a polyline that's really straight. I still need to fix that so that it actually aligns with an actual route to get to and from the destination location. So what I'm doing here basically under the covers is I'm storing the current location coordinates and the destination location coordinates in an object, which will then be used by the services that I'm writing, so one for Uber and one for Lyft, to actually go out and get the ride estimate data from their APIs using the starting location and destination location. So right now, when you click on the Get Ride Estimates button, it doesn't do anything but give you a toast message saying that it's getting the right estimates. So eventually, what I'd like to have that button do is to be able to pass that ride coordinates object to the services that I'm writing for Uber and Lyft to be able to do the actual requesting of the data and to see, which ride shares which ride share services are available for each one, to see, if there's Lyft Plus or if there's Uber X kind of nearby and available for where they're looking to go. So that's essentially what I have targeted for this iteration. The maps piece was definitely pretty tricky, getting to know the Google Maps API and figuring out how to get this auto search bar in here. But yeah, so I basically next iteration will just continue to build out the Uber and Lyft services that I started writing to actually start requesting some of this data and add a ride estimates activity to actually, maybe it'll be like a recycler view or a list view to show the different options that are available via um, each rideshare service, and get some information in there such as cost estimates, um, estimated time of arrival and stuff like that, which are things that I can get from their APIs. So yeah, that's basically what I have working at the current moment. Again, I still need to tweak a few things um, with the map and getting the actual route with the polyline, but overall, things seem to be working fine here. Another thing that I wanted to show too is that if I were to enter another destination location here, so with this map actually, since it already picks up on your current location, you don't need to actually enter that here. All you need to do is enter where you're looking to go, and it'll actually um, uh, display those markers on the map. So as you can see, I have a marker, going back to here. You can see I have a marker where I currently am and a marker of where I'm looking to go. If I were to actually change that, you'll see that the markers actually get cleared up, and I'll show markers for my current location and a new destination. So let's say if I'm looking to go to, let's see, I'm gonna choose, let's see, 550 Huntington Ave in Boston. So as you can see right here, um, it's a little pixelated, but basically you have my starting location and my destination location with the new markers, and you don't actually see, if I were to zoom out here, the old marker for the old destination was removed. So that's a pretty cool feature. So yeah, that is basically what I targeted for this iteration. I continue to make progress and hope to make more in the coming iterations to really pull this together. Cool. If you have any questions or comments or suggestions, please let me know. And thank you so much for watching my video.